Hey, what's up? It's me again. So we're gonna talk about when should you get pre-qualified, right? Because I'm gonna be honest with you. If you're gonna be looking for a house with a real estate agent, they're really not gonna want to talk to you until you are pre-qualified by a bank or some type of financial institution or credit union, whatever the case may be, right? They want you to have that letter from the bank saying that, hey, this is how much they are pre-qualified to borrow from the bank. Okay, so let's discuss that real quick. Let's move on. So here we go. Getting pre-qualified. When should you give up your social security number, right? So like I said, you should call all the banks that you can find. And there's a bunch of them, right? We could discuss that in another video, but there's a whole bunch of them. You know, there's Wells Fargo, Chase, Bank of America, Navy Federal Credit Union, Citibank, Capital One, and I'm pretty sure there's a TD Bank. I'm pretty sure there's another 30 banks, if not more, that you can call, get some information on the phone in order to go ahead and get yourself a mortgage. But first, let's talk about this pre-qualification. When should you give up your social security number? Well, the first thing I'm going to say is when you are serious about buying a house. When you are serious, that's when you should go ahead and get pre-qualified. But again, after you do your research, right? Get your research done first on banks, right? And what they're offering in terms of mortgages, okay? Then after you've done that research, then start checking out houses, right? Start checking houses. Now, here's a beautiful thing, right? Like 10 years ago, they made it really easy to start checking houses. Now, what do I mean? I mean, you don't have to leave your house. You don't have to leave the comfort of your own home right now to start checking houses, right? You know what? Let's do it again. Let's do it again. I'll go online with you right now. Here we go. All right, I got a lot of tabs open, but let's go to. I won't even punch in. I'm just gonna write houses for sale in, let's say, Orlando, Florida. Boom, look at that. D.R. Horton, Zillow, Beazer, never heard of that. KB Homes. KB Homes is an actual builder, just like D.R. Horton is a builder. Zillow, if you had never heard of Zillow, that's just a marketplace where you know people put their houses up for sale. Real estate agent puts houses up for sale. Realtor.com, that's exactly what it, you know, real estate brokers putting houses up for sale. Redfin is another, Trulia is another, Homes.com is another, Remax is an actual real estate broker. There's so many here, right? So let's start with Zillow in Orlando. Orlando duplexes and triplexes. Right? Let's go here. Let's click on the very first one. Just because are you able to connect? Blah blah blah. Shut up. Coral Reef Drive in Orlando. Again, I'm just doing this to show you how you can just go ahead and start checking houses without leaving the comfort of your home. Now look at this. You can check out the kitchen, bathroom, bedroom, how it looks at nighttime or evening, right? Sun setting. You know, you get to check houses from the comfort of your own home. Now I'm in New York and I'm checking out this house in Orlando. Look, got the overhead. Oh, yeah, look at that. I get to see what the yard looks like. Okay, let's keep continuing. That looks like the second bedroom. All right, you could check out a house from your own home, and I'm pretty sure you know this. I'm pretty sure you know this, but let's go ahead and let's take this address here. All right, let's take this address here. Oh, it's not going to give me what I wanted. So let's go back. Now let's go ahead and copy that address. Let's copy this address. I'm going to open up another one. We're going to go ahead and put that address in here, because now what I want to do is I want to do a virtual drive-by. Look at that. I can see the whole street on Google Maps. I do not need to leave the comfort of my own home to see. All right, look, now you can see that person, they put up for sale on their own. All right, see their for sale sign right there. Look, house for sale. Look, I can even, if I have good vision, I might be able to get the phone number. 6300 something 6300, right? Now here's a beautiful thing, right? I can go down the street. I could look at the whole street. Let's go down this block, see what's going on. Let's see what I see. And just so you know, if you look over here, you see this video was taken in February 2022. See more dates. You could go later on, December 2007, what it looked like down there. See, but you can see the neighborhood. You can see the neighborhood, right? You can say, hey, I like this neighborhood, or no, I don't like this neighborhood, right? Whatever. What I'm trying to tell you is you don't have to leave the comfort of your own home to check out houses, right? So what am I trying to say? What I'm trying to say is you don't need to get a pre-qualification to work with the real estate agent to check out the house first, okay? You don't have to go there first, all right? Use those tools that I just showed you, Google Maps, Zillow, Realtor.com, Redfin, whatever ones you want, right? And then after you found, and I'm gonna be honest with you, you should find at least 3 houses in whatever neighborhood it is that you're looking for, right? Find at least 3 houses in that, at minimum 3 houses in that neighborhood, before you start working with a real estate agent. Okay? Before working with an agent. Okay? All right. So, get at least 3 houses before working with an agent. Very important, right? Now, here's the thing where it's kind of a catch-22. You have to go get pre-qualified to know how much the bank is going to lend you before you start looking at houses. Because if you say to yourself, hey, I want to buy a house that's $500,000, but you go to the bank and the bank is only willing to give you $400,000, and you've been checking out houses up to $500,000, you're kind of wasting your time. So you're going to have to somehow figure out what you qualify for. You might want to use those go to one of those banks and get an idea of what you qualify for before checking out houses, okay? But anyway, use all the tools that the internet is providing, that the banks are providing, so you can get yourself ready to get pre-qualified before having to give up your social security number to go work with an agent, all right? And why is it that you don't want to give up your social security number? Is because when you get your pre-qualification, they're going to hit your credit report. You're going to get what is called an inquiry on your credit report, which is going to lower your credit score. It's not going to lower it a lot, but it's like 2-3 points. But I've seen people go to 5-6 different banks and they get hit 2-3 points each. Now you went to 6 banks times 2, that's 12 points, right? Now, here's a little information for you since you're here. When you're looking for a mortgage, right? If this still holds true, make sure you talk to the bank loan officer before you do any of this. You're supposed to get 14 days where you can have your credit checked daily, and it will only count as one inquiry. Again, make sure that you get this, this information is correct, because this is how it used to be. I'm giving you this information, even though as of today, April 20th, it's Easter, God has risen. Make sure this still is in effect. Matter of fact, I am going to go ahead on Google. Go to Google and ask Google if that still works. Let's see. Let me ask. Hey Google, can I have my credit checked more than once for a mortgage in a 14-day period? Yes, you can have your credit checked multiple times for a mortgage within a 14-day period, and it would only be counted as one inquiry on your credit report. This rate shopping window applies to inquiries for mortgages, auto loans, and student loans. If you shop for a mortgage within a 14-day period, multiple inquiries from different lenders will be treated as one inquiry by FICO. There you go. It's still in there. Again, make sure that you speak to the loan officer and make sure. Okay? But that information that I just gave you, according to Google, is still good. It's still in effect. All right? So, there's a lot of information in here, and I just don't want to I don't want to overwhelm you. But again, use the internet. Go to banks and see what they're offering. See how much, use the tools that they have on those bank websites to see how much you can borrow. Okay? All right? Then start checking houses in the neighborhood you want to buy in before working with an agent. All right? Get all this done. That way you're prepared. You're an informed buyer before you talk to an agent, before you talk to anyone. You know what's going on. You know what you can borrow. You know which bank you're going with. You know which kind of mortgage program you're going to go with. You have all this information. You're informed. You know what's going on. All right? This is why I'm making these videos. Thank you for watching. God bless. Go on to the next video. Talk to you later.